Hey guys, good morning everyone. And it is a very early morning for me because I am just absolutely exhausted and I got up early to film this video. So today I'm going to bring you guys a full face of drugstore makeup. I feel like I have not really put drugstore makeup into my video so far, and I think it's just mostly because I'm a high-end makeup maniac and I always wind up buying high-end products, but I do have my favorites from the drugstore and I would like to share them with you guys. And I also have some new stuff that I just recently purchased that I'd like to try out myself to see how they are and also to let you guys know how they are. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to start off with is, wow, I forgot an eyeshadow primer. Just totally realized that. Okay, well, no big deal. We're going to just wind up using the same one that I always use, so it is not technically all drugstore, but this is the only product that's high-end. I promise. It is the Smashbox Lip Primer in Light that I told you guys I use all the time. So, sorry about that. Just going to spread this on the lid, even out some of that discoloration. And we're going to be using a little bit of a different eyeshadow palette today. We're using the LA Girl Surreal Dream eyeshadow palette. And I have to say, I really do enjoy LA Girl face products and eyeshadow products. I think that they're really good and the pigmentation is there, which is awesome. So this is the palette and this is what it looks like. I did show you guys this palette in my haul and I really like it, honestly. I think that I'm going to really dive into some of these blue shades and green shades. I think that they're so pretty. So let's give it a shot and see where we end up. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually take my Coty Airspun face powder and I'm just going to set my lid with that. Oh, this powder has such a smell to it. It's not even funny. It is such a strong smell. But I love this powder. I think that it looks absolutely gorgeous on the skin. But I have to say, I don't use it all the time just because of the fact that it smells so strong. Now that I'm done ranting and setting, we're going to dive into this palette. So now that we're all zoomed in, I think that we can get into this palette. So I think I'm going to dive in to, there's not really a crease shade in this palette, which is a little annoying for me. But then I guess I'll use something shimmery. So we're gonna go into this shade first, which does not have a name. Yeah, these don't have names. So I'm just gonna go into this gold shimmery type shade and put that in the crease. I don't think that looks bad. It actually looks kind of pretty. The pigmentation's there, which is nice. I always have trouble finding drugstore palettes that have really good pigmentation. I've tried so hard to find one that's really good and I can't seem to get some, but I think that the LA Girl ones are honestly decent and they're so cheap too. I think that this I got on sale, so it was not as expensive as it normally is. I think it's $10.99. I got it for under $8. So I really enjoy some of these palettes. I also enjoy their blushes and bronzers and highlighters. They're just very good. But what I like about this is it doesn't come out too shimmery, in my opinion. So I think that that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that looks nice. So now I'm going to dive in with this shade right here and I'm going to stick that into the outer corner. Okay. So I'm going to stamp that into the outer corner and then slowly kind of make that V shape at the edge. Wow. I have to say, I'm impressed. I think that pigmentation is pretty good. So we're going to make a little bit of a mess, I think, but I think that's okay because we're going to clean it up afterwards. That's why I always do my eyeshadow first, because I find that it is the best way to kind of just go crazy with your eyeshadow, have a little fun, and then be able to clean it up afterwards. So going back in with that shade on the other side, I think that this is really, really good. This is coming out so nice, wow. Alright, so I am having a little bit of trouble blending. I'm going to try going back in with my crease brush and not put any additional product on it, just kind of blend out those edges to make them seamless. I like how the left side came out more, and I think that's because I didn't dive in with as much product. But we're gonna fix it. Ooh, that does blend out well actually when I use the other brush. We're gonna go back in a little bit with that exact same shade, just stamping again. And I'm going to stamp a little more on this side too. This one spot that's just not blending the way I want it to. By the way, guys, it's bright because I got a ring light. I'm so happy with this thing. It's not even at its brightest right now, but it's so good. I'm honestly obsessed. I love it. All right, I like it. I think that's pretty. It gets a little blotchy, but I find that happens with most drugstore eyeshadow palettes. So now I'm going to go in with, I'm thinking, matches my shirt more. I'm gonna go for this shade. I'm gonna dip my finger into it. Wow, it seems pretty buttery smooth. That's not bad. Wow, okay. You just need to build it up a lot in order to get that kind of stark wow look that you want. It's pretty. I will say, it is pretty. Just blending out those edges one more time. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I'm going to try and put that a little more towards the inner corner. I have to say, I'm the kind of person that I don't like planning out my looks in advance. And the reason why is because I find that if I plan them out or I take them from Pinterest or somebody else's look as an inspiration, I feel like it doesn't wind up turning out the way I want it to. So I just kind of do my own thing and have a little fun. I'm kind of liking the way this shimmer shade is looking in the crease. I think this is looking really pretty. I'm getting mermaid vibes right now from this. I like this palette, it's fun. Something different. I'm so used to using warm palettes, neutral palettes. Anything that looks like your everyday palette is kind of what I go for. So I'm just kind of very lightly tapping the brush to blend. I think this is very nice. It's different. I like it. All right, so I'll say so far that I like this palette. I think that there's a lot you can do with it. I only wound up using just a few different shades. I only used this one, this shade, and that shade. So I used 4 shades in the entire palette, and there's still so much more that you can work with and have a little fun with. So I would highly suggest this palette as something to grab. I think that it's nice. Now we're going to go in with some primer water. I'm actually trying the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Cucumber 3-in-1 primer water. I have never tried this before. The only primer water I ever use is from Smashbox. All right, powerful smell. It has a strange after scent, but I like it. I like the way the mist is. I think this is cute too. This is the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer. Freshen up, moisturizing with bamboo water. Totally not a mouthful. So that's what it looks like. And I've never tried any primers from Catrice, so we're gonna see how this is. Ooh, it has like a gel-like texture. Ooh, I kind of like that. Ooh. Ooh, okay. It's like a drink of water for my face. I'm liking this a lot. Wow. Okay, I like the feel of that. I'm actually going to be trying out one of my tried and true foundations from LA Girl. This is the Pro Matte HD High Definition Longwear Matte Foundation. I have been using this for quite a while. I love this foundation. I feel like it just goes so gorgeously over the skin and it looks completely flawless. I've been enjoying this for a very long time. I use the shade Beige. I wouldn't suggest this for somebody with dry skin though, because it most likely will cling to all of your dry patches. So I'm just going to put one pump of this on here, and it's a little bit runny, but at the same time it's pretty thick. I'm also going to try out an e.l.f. sponge. I thought, why not use a drugstore sponge for this as well? This is the Total Face Sponge, use wet or dry, from e.l.f. And it is latex free, by the way. So I really like how this applies. See how nicely that just glided onto the skin? Oh wow, I kind of like how this sponge applies. Product, I think this is really nice. And it feels like, it doesn't feel like a beauty blender, I don't think. It feels more like the Real Technique sponge. It kind of looks like it too. Applied gorgeously. Looks so nice. We are going to try a new concealer though that I just recently got from CVS. So this is the Joa Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer. I think this is supposed to be similar to the Maybelline what do they call it? Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. The sponge doesn't look as porous though. Oh, there we go. Okay. Might be a bit light, but we're gonna blend it out again with this e.l.f. sponge. Guys, I'm loving the way this eyeshadow looks. I'm sorry, I'm just getting distracted by it. It looks so pretty. Okay, so this is kind of blending okay. I don't know. See how it kind of has like lines? I don't know. We're gonna try it out because I'll be wearing this all day. So we'll see how it wears. Now we're just going to dip my sponge into the Coty Airspun face powder, and we're gonna set the under eyes with it. Unfortunately, I think we creased. Yep, we creased, and we creased quickly. But then again, I made a lot of strange faces before I put this on, so we're gonna set the entire face with this, not just the parts of my face where I put concealer. As I said in my last video, I'm just the kind of person that likes to set my entire face with powder, and I want my makeup to stay in place all day. I don't want it moving around on my face. All right, I have to say, really love that sponge. I think that sponge was great, honestly. So now I'm going to take a brush just to dust away this powder because there's a lot of excess powder here. Next, we're going to go in with bronzer, and the bronzer that I chose for this makeup look is the number 7 Golden Sand bronzer. And I have tried this out quite a few times. It is very, very, very nice. It just gives a gorgeous little glow to your skin. We're gonna go in with the forehead first. Just warm up the skin a little bit. Give myself that fake tan that I've been wanting for a long time. I'm also gonna take this brush from IT Cosmetics to contour out my cheeks. I feel like it took me forever to figure out how to contour the right way so that it actually didn't look like I just had some kind of line on my face. You want to go right above that line that you have. So when you make your little fish face, you want to go right above that. Because if you make a line right here, it'll look funky. I only do that for that part of my face, and then I take a regular brush. This is the Milani bronzer brush. And I do the rest of my face. I also use this to blend out that line a little bit because I really don't like a harsh line on my cheeks. I feel like it could be a little too much sometimes, so I try and make it as faint as possible, but so that you could still notice the contour. Now I'm going to go in with some blush. This is actually one of my favorite blushes. This is from LA Girl as well. This is in the shade Just Natural. I think the packaging on these is pretty nice for such cheap blushes. I have been enjoying these for so long and I can't get enough of them. So what I like about this is you kind of just, I love that. And I'm just gonna give myself some life. And now I'm going to blend that out with a stippling brush because sometimes it can look a little harsh and I feel like it does. Now I'm going to go in with some highlighter, and I have a couple of different highlighters that I've been wanting to dive into. So I either have this palette here, which is also from LA Girl. It's the Moonlight Magic Highlighting Palette. And it has quite a few really pretty highlighters in it. Tried this a few times and I do really like it, but I also have this Wet n Wild loose highlighting powder and I'm so lit. You know what? I think I'm gonna try the loose highlighting powder from Wet n Wild. I'm going to take my highlighting brush here. Okay. Hold up. Wow. Okay. That is gorgeous. That is so pretty. You like don't want to take a lot, but you do want to take a lot. You just want to have some fun with it. Oh my god. Okay, so now that we're done highlighting my entire face and making me look like a glowing maniac, we are going to now go for some eyeliner. We're going to go back into the eyes really quick with this Surreal Dream palette. So the first thing I'm going to use is this brush here from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to take that shade I used in the outer corner and I'm just gonna kind of line the lash line with this. I'm gonna take the end of this Lorac brush and take that shimmer shade and use that to blend this out. I'm gonna take this Hollywood and Vine Velvety Touch Smooth Kohl eyeliner. I recently got this in my BoxyCharm box, and I don't know how it's going to work on the upper lash line, but we're gonna give it a shot. I don't like doing wing liner. I just don't like how it looks on me. Wow, that came out really nice. I like that. I actually kind of thought that I would hate this, and they give you a ton. Look how long this is. Now I'm going to go in with this NYX Faux Blacks Black Olive eyeliner. I've never actually tried this before. I've heard some good things, but we'll see. I like that. Wow. Okay, that's nice. And so the next thing that I'm going to do is my brows. I actually got these Catrice brow pencils here. I got them in the shades 02 Medium and 025 Warm Brown. So I kind of felt that I would go in with the medium one first, just to kind of get a feel for it, and then at the end of my brows use the darker one. So I've heard some good things about these. I thought I'd try them. Wow, I really like the way that turned out. I may not even need the other shade. I think that this one's actually perfect for me. That looks really nice. I am liking these brows. And I don't typically like brow pencils, so I'm enjoying that. And that didn't take 10 years. So I'm impressed. I'm also going to use this Makeup Revolution Brow Volume and Sculpt Gel. It's a clear gel to shape the brows. So we're gonna see how this one is too. I'm mostly just going to use this to set the brows. Wow, that might be a new favorite of mine. The one thing that I would like to do is obviously my lips, but I do want to take this highlighter again from Wet n Wild, and I want to take it and put it in the inner corner of my eyes and also on my brow bone. I'm going to take this little teeny tiny brush that hopefully will be able to take a small amount of it. Oh, nope, not small. Okay. We're going to go full glam on this one. This looks so pretty, guys. Wow. Okay. This might be like a new favorite look for me. I'm going to take this Essence lip liner. This is in the shade Lost in Love. Okay, that took forever, but I really like the shade. For my lip product, I'm actually going to take this ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Atole. I don't know if that's right, but it's kind of like this weird applicator, and I liked the iridescence of it, so I thought I'd try it. I like it. Okay, I'm actually really happy about how this look turned out, guys. I think that I forgot to put mascara on. That's a first. We're gonna use the Maybelline The Colossal Volume Express Waterproof Mascara. I haven't been using this much at all, honestly. I used it a couple of times over the summer because it was waterproof. Doesn't really get the lower lash line that well. It's okay. It's an alright mascara. The last thing I'm going to use is this Milani Make It Last Matte Setting Spray. I actually used this multiple times in the past. It's one of my favorite setting sprays. I really like this look, guys. I love how this turned out. I think my complexion looks really nice. I think the eyeshadow palette's amazing. Just some standout stuff that I really enjoyed. Honestly, I loved the primer combo I used, and I think that I'm going to be trying this more often. I feel like I always use high-end primers and spend a ton of money on them, but meanwhile, these are good. Honestly, I don't see my pores right now. They're so minimal, it's not even funny. Another standout product for me was this Surreal Dream eyeshadow palette from LA Girl. This is so different than what I typically use on my eyes, but I absolutely love how this turned out. The Wet n Wild I'm So Lit highlighter, I think this is great. This gave me such a gorgeous highlight that I'm absolutely obsessed with right now. And also the Catrice brow pencils, wherever they are. Here they are. The Catrice brow pencils. Obviously, I only really used this one. I think that these are great. They're very soft. They're not that hard type of pencil that's going to be really difficult to apply to your brows. I know I've always had trouble with that when it comes to brow pencils, so I really like this. I think that this was an amazing product. Loved this. The e.l.f. sponge. We'll see about this. I'm not so sure. I liked it, but at the same time it was kind of okay. I think that my under eyes look nice, but I don't know. I didn't really like how it was blending out. I think that maybe if I got a darker shade, I might like it more. So maybe I'll try that. So if you did enjoy doing this nice drugstore makeup look with me, I hope that you'll subscribe and like this video, and also hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of my next video posts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!